Hey guys, my name is Anisha McMath, and I'm so excited to bring you the family activity for the week. So, today, Pastor Matt spoke about loving your neighbor, and the activity for today is a really great example of what that will look like. So, for your activity, what you're going to need are some Skittles, and you can choose whatever kind you like, and you're going to need a white plate and a cup of water. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to arrange your Skittles just as I have on my plate in whatever color pattern you would like. Then, what you're going to do is you're going to pour your water onto your Skittles, and you want to make sure that your water touches all parts of the Skittles. Now, the Skittles are going to do a really cool thing, and it's going to take a couple minutes for that to happen. So I'm going to go on ahead and pour my water onto the plate with my Skittles. So here I go. All right, there we go. Now the water is on all of the Skittles and touching each and every one of the Skittles. So while the Skittles does the cool thing, I want to talk to you more about loving your neighbor and what it looks like to love your neighbor. So who are your neighbors? Your neighbor can be anyone that you know. It can be the person who lives in your neighborhood. It can be your friends from school. It can be your mom and dad, your brothers and sisters, anyone that you know. And so today, Pastor Matt shared some scripture from Luke 10 with us. And in the scripture, it talked about loving your neighbor as yourself. And you may think, all right, how do I love my neighbor as myself? And that can look very different for everybody, for different people. And so when you think of loving your neighbor, what comes to mind? For me, what comes to mind with loving my neighbors are, if it's someone in my neighborhood, can I help them do something? Can I rake their yard? Or can I walk their dog? Or for my friends at school or for my friends at church, can I be praying for them? That's a good way to love someone. Can I help my friends with homework? Or can I spend time with them? Or with your parents, with your family? Can you help your mom and dad wash the dishes or take care of the dog? So loving your neighbor looks like a lot of different things. And when we take the time to love our neighbors, that gives us an opportunity to come together as people who love Jesus and share Jesus with people who don't know him and love them the way that Jesus has asked us to love them. So let's look back at our Skittles. Look at these cool colors. Before we put the water in, the Skittles were individual by themselves. The colors were not together. There was no community or no togetherness. Like the colors were all separate. But once we poured the water in, the colors came together and formed this beautiful rainbow. And it is so beautiful to see people who love Jesus come together and love their neighbors and love on each other and help each other, because that's what God has called us to do. So what I want you to do is this week, when you do this activity, I want you to think of 3 people as you're laying your Skittles down. Think of 3 people that you can love well this week. It can be your baby brother, baby sister. How can you love them well? How can you help them? Or it can be your mom. How can you help mom today? How can you love her well? Or do you have a neighbor that lives next to you or across the street from you that you can help them do something? How can you show Jesus to that person this week? So I hope you guys love the activity, and I hope you have a wonderful week. See you next time.